it's Andy, and we about to get crazy.
Because we are reacting to RM and his music video for Wildflower with Eugene. Super excited to hear the song, you guys. Y'all know RM can write, he can produce, you guys. So I'm excited to hear his lyrics.
Look at look at his title.
Right.
Wildflower. So if you just look at the title, it's just kind of like, oh, Wildflower. But Wildflower has a meaning, and it means someone who's of like free spirit. They want to be free.
It's like opposite of wallflower.
Complete opposite. Yeah. Because a wallflower is someone that just likes to, they don't like to be in the light. Like they don't like to be in the limelight. They like to be in the, they're kind of shy.
Right. To themselves.
You know? They want to be them just to themselves.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious as to what RM has to say in the song because he's smart.
Yes, very smart.
He he writes metaphorically. Yes. So he compares it to things of the way he's feeling. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm super curious.
Me too. So let's get to it, guys.
Come on, bro.
Y'all know RM's my bias.
Come on, bro. He could write. He's super smart.
Yeah. Ooh, fireworks. Yeah.
Fireworks. When fireworks blow up in the sky, they look like flowers.
Yeah, that too. And also in Korean, fireworks is prukko. And
exactly.
is flower in Korean. So it could have been a thing that he's trying to do.
You see what I mean? Metaphorically.
Yeah.
You compare things. We'll see. No rain, that's not shit. I'm on my grave. When I'm not me.
Wow. gorgeous, RM.
시작의 전부터 나 상상했었지. 끝에 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있게 나 소원했어. 믿었던 게 다 멀어지던 때 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때.
Yes. Damn, this is deep, you guys.
This is super deep.
Like, it's very emotional for me right now. This is very emotional.
Bruh, he says 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때. So 명예 means honor. 멍해 is kind of like a stigma.
Right.
So it's saying when all of this honor that I received or received with BTS, when that becomes a stigma,
yeah,
it's like it's almost like a curse.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's why I'm saying it's getting deep. Like this is, which isn't obvious with RM, but it's like this is how he's feeling right now. And I kind of already see where he's going at with this song, but you know, we'll see. But
we'll see.
You know, it's very deep right now.
I just might do a little lyric thing at the end because this is really deep.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Even the way he's like rapping to me.
He's praying right now. Even the way he says that, it's like a prayer. Like he's about to cry. Oh, did you get that?
Me too, hold on.
I don't know if it's a reference. Kind of sounds like a reference.
You know, yeah. I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but
the album,
the hot air balloon,
yes, the BTS album.
Yeah,
I think it was called
The Best Moment in My Life.
A beautiful moment in life.
Yes.
The most beautiful moment in life, Young Forever.
Right.
Which is an awesome freaking album.
Yes.
He just said, I grabbed that balloon.
Yeah.
Like, I'm putting an effort to trying to grab that balloon. And then when I grabbed it, I'm asking it. I'm confronting it. I'm questioning it. Where are you?
Yeah. And
remember,
I feel like it's perfect with the album title.
Young Forever. So, where are you?
Right.
Get it? Like, he grabs the balloon and he's asking it and questioning it. Like, where are you?
Right.
Because that's like childhood, you know? Like a balloon.
Yes.
I don't know if it has anything to do with the hot air balloon, but it kind of like,
no, but I
it's
thought,
still a balloon.
Yeah, I thought that because now that we're assuming that this song is about like his life and or maybe career, the first thing that when he said 풍성, it's like literally was the hot air balloon for me.
Like,
That's
literally.
like a very famous picture for
Exactly.
BTS, you know?
Literally, he says
So-
like, "I no name. That's who I am."
Yeah,
what I
no,
am or
no,
something
no name. Yeah, that's what I am,
or something like that. But
Mhm.
he's just okay. We'll talk about it more at the end. But
Yes,
God
yes.
damn,
Okay,
this is
let's
really
go.
deep. See, 넌 어디에? Where are you?
And where's your soul? Map of the soul, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. Woo! Flower work. Group boy.
Flower word.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Man, this is getting
Oh
there.
my god, yeah.
마지막이가 전부 진절이나 하나여까지 다 이지겠지 그딴 가면은 언제부터일까 내 미노 히로 미노 빌런 아무것도 아니나
Oh my gosh.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah. We really
Did you
should
s-
talk about the lyrics after, but
We really need to because in that second verse,
Right.
he comes in really aggressively.
Yes.
Because he's letting it out.
yeah, and him just even saying me no what is it, villain,
Me no
me
hero,
me
me
no
no
villain. What do you say after that? 아무것도 아닌 나.
I'm
Like,
nothing.
I'm not either or. I'm not a hero or a villain.
I'm nothing.
I'm nothing. Oh.
Bruh, this is super
Oh my
deep.
gosh.
지긋지긋한 가면.
Yeah.
This disgusting mask. When am I gonna take it off?
Did he say he's He's saying he's inside a field, not like
He said
On top of
들판
it.
속에.
속에, right?
Not
in
들판
the
위에.
beginning, he said something like, I'm on a field or something,
I'm on
right?
a grave. That's what he said.
No,
or
no,
something.
in the way, I don't think you were paying
I don't-
attention,
I don't-
but
I don't
in the
remember.
first line, he was saying, I'm on a field or something like that. But this one, he's saying, I'm inside.
But he did say grave at the end.
That's that too. Because normally people would say, I'm on a field looking up to the sky. But he's saying, I'm inside, which
If he-
makes sense to the grave.
If he was saying he was laying on
Yeah.
top of a field, he would say 난 누워 들판 위에.
위에,
시선을
right.
던져 하늘 위에.
Yeah, but he says 속에.
속에 means to be inside.
Damn, that's deep.
That's deep because
That's
even
really
in the
deep.
beginning of the
Yeah.
lyrics, if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure I heard him say grave.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
no, he did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this him kind of like talking about maybe being reborn too?
It could be.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I have a lot of thoughts in my mind right now.
Those are his memories. I think that's like.
Oh, 눈물 나. Yo.
슬픈 줄도 모르고
Yeah.
그림자도 마치 내 친구로.
Yeah. Basically, the shadow is like my friend.
Because he doesn't even know that he's sad. So basically he's lonely.
Yeah.
So he's saying even my shadow now becomes my friend.
Right.
Holy shit, dude. This is super deep.
Oh my god. I'm like holding it in my tears now.
My vocals, man. Ooh. The emotion.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Everything's a
Wow,
flower.
look at that.
원래 내 것은 아무것도 없었지 And don't tell me like I gotta be a someone 난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음네
Yes. I got chills.
여태껏 날 지켜 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 춤 다른 곳에서 들곳으로 손에 대서 영원으로 나의 광야가
Oh my god.
The armies.
언젠가 나 되돌아가는
a really meaningful song.
Yeah.
It's what I have.
I think he's starting over.
See, no shame, I'm on my grave. Ah, I think I know what he means.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Dude, so beautiful. You know, it's like, I feel like there's a lot of pain too. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, as everybody knows, BTS is huge.
BTS is
like,
huge.
Like, you know.
What they achieved is historical.
Yeah.
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
so proud. You know what I mean? It's just like, they're amazing. But it's like, the pressure. Being, and then like, I think RM, I feel like he's saying too, like, I didn't know I was gonna get this big.
Right.
Like, I couldn't have imagined.
Right.
And it's kind of like, I didn't know how I was able to handle this. You know what I mean? And it's like, think about it. That feeling, that pressure that you have. I feel like, oh my God, I just put a tear in my eye.
Even,
like,
I could even relate it to what he said, like what BTS said too.
Yeah.
Remember they said that they're going on a hiatus. They're
Right.
gonna be resting because they kind of, you know,
Yes.
they don't know where they're going at this
Yeah.
point. They don't know where they're at.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I can see, like, you know, like J-Ho put out a solo.
Right, and they're all
Like,
doing solos,
They're all doing
right.
solos. They're trying to rediscover themselves.
Yes.
And that's the key word,
Yeah,
rediscover
discover.
themselves. And then that's why I think RM wrote a song like
Yeah.
this, because he's saying no shame. Remember, he said, no
No
shame,
shame,
I'm on my grave. As in,
Yes.
like, look, like, even if it means that I have to start all over, even if it means that I let all this go and to start over for me, though. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I lost myself, then let it be. No shame. I'm on my grave, then I'll start
I really believe
over.
that there is no shame in losing yourself.
No.
It's so normal.
It happens.
Especially in the caliber of, you know, RM BTS. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think they should ever feel shameful or anything for being lost. Like, it's normal to feel that way. Even normal people like us get lost.
When you're so,
Do you know what I mean?
when you're so
Like,
immersed in something, you have no choice but to lose yourself
especially
sometimes.
if you hit like this like high peak, you know what I mean? Of course you can go even higher than that, but as a human being, like, that's a lot of pressure.
There's
Do you know what
only
I
so
mean?
much
So
you can take.
I feel for him, you know, and it's just like, wow, like, this song is beautiful. I know it's his perspective and his life, but you can also put it in your own.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the things that you're going through, you can relate to it. It's really no shame. There's no
Yeah.
shame, and you can always start over.
If you think about it, like, fame comes very randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Fame never comes calculatively. Like, it comes randomly.
Yes.
And everybody asks for fame,
Mm-hmm.
but then it never comes in a way where it's kind of like, I want fame right now, so give me fame.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Most of the times when fame comes, like, they never asked for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what RM is kind of saying is like,
Mm.
look, it's not that I'm not thankful.
Yeah, 배부른 소리, like, it's not that.
It's
like,
not that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
that I'm saying like, oh, like I'm so like, you know, it's not that. It's like,
Right.
of course I'm thankful of
Right.
where we become and what I've achieved and what you guys, you know, the fans, the armies helped us achieve.
Mm-hmm.
But then like, it's so hard to handle when you're at the top of the mountain.
Yes.
Even when you reach the top of the mountain, like literally at the top, it's hard to breathe.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
air is so dense up there, and it's so even if it's like that, like literally, imagine
Yeah.
how it is for them with all the pressure, like all eyes on them.
Yeah.
They expect this, they expect that. But
Yes.
that's why I think in one part RM says, don't tell me that I need to be like someone or something like that.
Yes.
Because he said I can never be like them.
Right.
Like I'm me.
I'm me.
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
And I must stay true to me. And I love that.
Come on,
you gotta,
bro.
honestly, you gotta stay true to yourself.
You do.
You have to. That's how you can get to your dreams and where you want to go, is being yourself. Because that was why you started. And I love that RM said that.
Right.
He's trying to stay true to himself. He doesn't want to change, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But again, we should really organize our lyrics.
Right.
Or
Let's
the-
organize.
yeah.
I'm gonna look through the lyrics real quick, and I'm
Yes.
gonna try to see some stuff,
Yes.
and then we'll be right back. All right, we're back.
Yes.
I did this in like a second.
Yeah. When that beep happened, that's how fast
Yeah,
we
that's
did
how.
this.
I'm just kidding. It took me like an hour and a second. It took me
Yeah.
like an hour and a second.
Yeah, but we organized it all.
We
yes.
organized it all, and we about to do
And
lyric
even more,
time.
now that we looked at the lyrics more like
Oh
thoroughly.
yeah, dude, it's super deep.
Yes.
It's oh my god, it's
Yeah.
super. And there, I think there might be some references too, but yes, let's get into it. Lyric time.
Yes.
Flower field, that's where I'm at. Open land, that's where I'm at. No name, that's what I have. No shame, I'm on my grave. 두 발이 땅에 닿지 않을 때 당신의 마음이 당신을 넘볼 때. So when both of your feet can't reach the ground, when your heart overlooks yourself. Like think about that. Like 두 발이 땅에 닿지 않을 때. When like it's kind of like saying like, you know, when you're holding onto a balloon and you float up, right? You're trying to hold on to this because you're trying to make it up to the top, but like you want to go back down, but you can't just go back down because I came so high up.
Right.
You know
it's
what I
not
mean?
that easy.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people will probably be like, yo, like you guys are at the pinnacle of success.
Like the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah,
like,
and what do you guys got to complain about? Well, there's a lot.
There's
you
a
know?
lot, yeah.
Just, it's like, it's so hard. Like having all those eyes on you, always having to kind of look over your shoulders because you know you're that big. Everybody in the world knows who you are, and then you're basically on radar for every little move you make.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
Right.
So it's like imagine that.
And I feel like RM's a little bit saying too, like it's like people might think, I don't know how to say this in English, but like the Korean saying is like 배부른 소리.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he feels like, yeah, you guys might think that, but it's not. I am thankful.
Right.
You know, I am appreciative of everything that's happened to me, you know? But at the end of the day, as a human being, you know,
you get burnt out.
We're humans.
Yeah.
We're burnt out. Yeah, we get burnt out. We're humans at the end of the day, regardless of celebrity or whatever. Bottom line, we're humans.
Right.
He's a human being. You know, you have feelings. You can feel those feelings, and it's completely okay.
It's
you
like
know?
what I said. It's like, yeah, I may be at the top. People might think like, well, I have like millions of dollars. I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, you really can't do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're actually much more limited in what you can do.
Especially as a celebrity.
That's why a lot of celebrities say like, I would trade in all my money and my assets to just have my freedom again.
Yeah.
Because
and
they're
again,
always on the radar.
it's not that, like I said, a Korean saying 배부른 소리. It's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it could sound like that, like what Andy just said right now. It could sound like that. Like I'll turn in all my riches and fame for this, but when you get there.
No, but when you really think about it,
Yeah.
when you really just really think about it,
Right.
look over the money.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is freedom.
Right.
To be able to speak about what you want to speak about,
Yeah.
to be able to sing about what you want to sing about, to freely just go to the grocery store. You know, it's hard.
And date whoever you want.
Yeah, and it's not because like the fans are like crowding them. That's not what they're worried about. What they're worried about is their actions.
Right.
Like one little thing that they
Netizens
do. Yeah,
or,
one little thing that they do, and then it can be blown out of proportion. And it's just kind of like, you know,
the
they want-
stress.
it's a lot of stress.
Mental health.
dude.
Yeah.
And then after that he says, 꿈이 나를 잡아삼킬 때, 내가 아닐 때, 그 모든 때. Wow. When your dreams swallow you up, when I'm not myself, all those times. So all those times when, you know, when my own heart overlooks myself.
Right.
And when my dreams swallow me up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And when I'm not myself. All of those times, that's what's like been bothering him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
It's
bottom
like,
line, he wants to be himself.
yeah, he just
you know?
wants to be himself. He wishes that he could be himself. Like, think about like your heart overlooking you.
Yeah.
Like your heart is a part of you, but your heart is going for another thing. So it's overlooking what you want.
Right.
It's overlooking what your brain wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goodness. And then 꿈이 나를 잡아삼킬 때, like when your dreams swallow you up. Your dreams are so big. It's bigger than what you can handle.
Yeah.
You're there. Now it's swallowing you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, come on.
That's deep right there.
That's super deep.
and poetic.
And after that is the verse. And he says, 불꽃을 나는 동경했었네. 그저 화려하게 지고 싶었네. I yearn fireworks. Meaning like fireworks. You know, fireworks happen when you either celebrate or something great happens. So he's saying, yeah, I yearn for that. I yearn for those fireworks. And then he says, but I want it to fall gloriously. Gloriously in ways of like, when he knew it was the time for him.
Yeah.
Like for him to just kind of hang it up now.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be beautiful, like when it's the end.
Right. And I kind of feel like fireworks, he explained that because in my interpretation, by the way, guys, all of this is our interpretation.
Yeah.
We're not RM, so we can't say exactly this is what he's trying to say.
Right.
But it's our own interpretation. But also fireworks, with the word gloriously, fireworks do fall gloriously too.
They're very beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who knows? He could have meant it like that too.
I think that's what he meant. I think that's exactly what he meant because he said, I yearn fireworks. I wanted my life to be like fireworks and my career to be like
the
fireworks.
fireworks just drop gloriously.
They
And
just
it just
drop.
and it just goes away.
Yeah.
You know?
Like very, very
Right.
beautifully. And that's how he wanted to fall.
Yeah.
Just like how fireworks fall.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then he's saying, 믿었던 게 멀어지던 때, 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때. So when what I believed in becomes distant, when all these honors become a stigma, like think about it, like what you believed in, you would think, so he's basically saying like, you would think that the type of success that we achieve, you would think that what we believed in would be very close to us.
Yeah.
It's because of that. But the bigger you get and the more you achieve, what you believe in actually is distancing themselves from us. Like what I believed in is getting distant.
Yeah.
Why? Because like what he said, your dream swallows you up. So it's kind of like you kind of lose sight of what's going on and what you got to do because you're living in the moment now. Everything's like in the moment.
Yeah.
When you're that big, like you got to do this, you got to do that, like it's just in the moment.
And sometimes you do things that you don't even want to do just because of, again, whatever maybe sometimes the company wants, things like that. You know, there's a lot of factors to this too. And I feel like RM is like saying like, you know, at the end of the day, like he doesn't regret any of that, whatever happened in his career as BTS. But at this very moment, it's kind of like, I want to find me again.
Right.
The true me.
Exactly.
You know, the dreams of what I had since before I started became BTS. It's like, this is what I want to be.
Right.
You know? Beautiful.
I just messed up right here. I skipped the whole part. So I'm going to explain that again. It's the one right before the one that we just explained right now.
Okay.
So 시작의 전부터 나 했었지. 끝에 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있길 나 소원했었네. So let me read that again. That was really bad. 시작의 전부터 나 했었지. 끝엔 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있길 나 소원했었네. See, exactly what we said. I imagined it before it started. To be able to clap with a smile at the end.
Yeah.
I wished for it. Like you see what we like fireworks falling like graciously, like gloriously, beautifully. He wanted the end to be like that. He wanted it to be beautiful and be able to clap with a smile on his face. But it's not that right now. And I don't think he's talking about literally like the end of BTS or something like that. That's not what he's talking about. He's saying the end as in like the end of what he's feeling or the end of what's going on within himself and within BTS.
It's a new chapter.
It's a new chapter,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
with every ending, there's a new beginning.
Yes.
Right? And then after that is what we just explained. When what I believed in becomes distant, when all these honors become a stigma. When all these honors become a stigma because you go over here, you win an award, like you reach the pinnacle of success, you're world widely known, but all of that now becomes a stigma. It follows you around everywhere.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like in ways of like you're labeled as something when what you wanted to be labeled at is different.
Yeah.
Like what he said, like when you lose sight, when your heart overlooks yourself, like your dream was to be this, but yet like you kind of achieved your dream because you're at the pinnacle of your success, but it's like what you wanted was different though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's deep.
It's
guys.
truth.
Yeah,
It's the truth.
It's facts right
It's
here.
facts. You know what I mean? Because think about that. Like you started something, you reached the top, but then like what you wanted was different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
That's
like,
very relatable.
Yeah, like it becomes a stigma. You're just like they now like because of these honors, like people look at you differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
and
pressure.
he's like, I'm me though.
Right.
And because people look at you differently and
Yeah.
everybody around you looks at you differently, you have no choice but to lose yourself.
Yeah, and it's actually a reality check for a lot of people too, of like the way we portray these celebrities as well. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like at the end of the day, like I said in our before, they're human.
Right.
You know what I mean? We really try to see it like that. At the end of the day, of course, we're gonna go Goo Gaga. There are idols. There are, you know, we fangirl, fanboy, and all that. But like at the end of the day, we try to not forget that they're still human
They're
beings.
human beings.
You know what I
with
mean?
Feelings
With
and emotions.
emotions,
you know, and
like
a heart and a brain, just like us.
So you can't just like, not you guys, but like, you know, haters or whoever. It's like, don't think so negatively all the time, you know? If you don't like somebody or something, then just move on. You know, that's it. And you don't need to like put them down. And I think that's why there's also that pressure too. Because of people like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. And then I think that's what RM is saying. Literally, like, I just want to be me.
Yeah.
You know? And after that, he says, 이 욕심을 제발 가져가소서. 어떤 일이 있어도 오 나를 나로 하게 하소서. So right here, like during the reaction I said, he's praying, and he even does this.
And the way he even said it.
Yeah, the way when we pray, we speak in those manners. Like 이 욕심을 제발 가둬가소서.
Yeah.
어떤 일이 있어도 오 나를 나로 하게 하소서.
Right. It's kind of olden day speaking,
Yeah,
kinda. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's praying, basically saying, please collect and take this greed away. No matter what happens, please let me be me.
Right. The greed.
Right.
That's perfect, RM.
RM is being very
Honest.
transparent
Yes.
and honest here.
It's the greed that gets people too, you know, and it's literally again relatable.
It's normal.
It's
though.
normal though.
You
yeah,
want-
I don't even blame him.
Right.
I would too. You know what I
Right.
mean? You get greedy, and that's
do.
perfect, and you lose sight of yourself. It's like perfect. Oh my god.
Think about it.
I can't express how perfect these lyrics are.
No, it's
Really.
so perfect because
Yeah.
if you compare it, it's kind of like you sold something, you were selling nothing, right? And then all of a sudden you sold $100 worth.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I made $100. Your mind, as a human, is gonna think, I wonder how much I'll make tomorrow.
Yeah.
You make $200. You're like, oh, I made $200, and you're like, oh, like I want more. Like
Yeah.
you get
and
greedy.
now and then
You
now
know what
you
I'm
start
saying?
losing sight of why you even started
Right.
this business or whatever it is. Yeah.
Whatever it is that you go after, but
Right.
it's like, but it's normal. It happens. He's being super honest
Super
here
honest.
right now. I love this.
Me too.
And after that, he says, oh, every day and every night, persistent pain and criminal mind.
Yeah, and the way he even sing and rap that too.
Yeah, dude, like it's just so aggressive and full of emotions.
Yeah.
It's one of the most heartfelt and honest songs
Honest.
I've ever heard.
That's like the perfect word for this song. Honest, raw.
And after that, he says, 내 심장 소리에 잠 못 들던 밤, 창밖에 걸린 청승 맞은 초승달. I do wish me a lovely night. 내 분수보다 비대해진 life. So he's saying, oh, every day and every night, persistent pain and criminal mind. Nights where I couldn't sleep because of the sound of my heart, because it's beating so fast. A crescent moon that's pathetically hanging outside my window. So, 청승 맞다 means kind of like pathetically, but it could also mean like lonely. Because you know the moon is in the sky all alone.
Yes.
So imagine it. He's at night trying to sleep. He can't sleep because of the sound of his heart beating
And
so
probably
loud.
anxiety too.
Yeah, and then he wakes up and he looks out the window and there's like this lonely moon out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like he's comparing himself to that moon.
Right.
Remember, RM has a song called Moonchild too. So
Yeah.
there might be a reference with that too.
Yeah, it could be. And that's perfect too because it's like sometimes when you have a lot of worries and thoughts in your mind and stuff, you can't sleep.
You can.
And it's true. All you hear is your heart.
Yeah.
It's just dumping.
Think about
Yeah.
it, like all the
It's
pressure.
silent. Yeah, the pressure. And then I can imagine it looking out in the sky. There's just like this lonely moon there, and it's like that's me right there.
Exactly. You
You
look
know?
outside and you're like, wow, look at that lonely, pathetic moon. And then I'm over here,
Being lonely and pathetic
because
yeah.
I can't sleep because
Yeah.
I'm so nervous. I'm so like I have anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that RM does have anxiety.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, when someone keeps telling you, wow, you're really good. You put out an album. Wow, that was a really great album. Put out another album. That was an even better album. The pressure just keeps going up. Now you're like, how am I going to beat the next album?
Right.
How am I going to beat the next album? And it's like anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like you're like, oh.
And it's true, the answer to it all is just being yourself, but that's just so hard too, with the pressure and anxiety and worries that you have. I think that's what he means too. It's like, all I need to do is be myself. But why is it so hard?
Yeah, even
you know?
like
It
they
gets
have
you.
albums. Oh, it was called Love Yourself. Like albums like that.
Beautiful album,
Like,
yeah.
Come on, like if you think about it, BTS always put out songs and messages that was nothing but positive. But then yet, like, look at it in BTS's point of view. All this pressure, people telling them this, people telling them that. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Like it gets to you.
Yeah.
It's gonna get to you.
It's gonna get to you.
You can't handle that.
Yeah.
Like you're at the pinnacle of you're the biggest
Yeah.
group
Right
out
now,
there.
yeah.
Like, dude, I can't even fathom that.
Yeah.
Like that thought and like that feeling. Like I respect you guys.
No,
I
exactly,
really do, people.
exactly.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying.
And after that,
It's hard.
It's really
Yeah.
hard. And then after that, he says, I do wish me a lovely night though. You know, I do wish me a lovely night
Yeah.
because I want to sleep. I want to
Yeah.
rest. And he says, 내 분수보다 비대해진 life. My life that got bigger than its limit. So you know, like,
That's what I said.
yeah, like whatever you want it, like there is a limit to how much you can. It's like a jar. You can only put so much in a jar. But his life became bigger than that jar, so now it's overflowing.
And he didn't, I don't think he imagined it.
Think
And he
about
doesn't
it.
know how to handle it.
Yeah, so he's like imagine a jar,
Trying to put-
and he's like, oh shit, it's like spilling.
You can't
like,
even like close the jar. Yeah.
'Cause it's like it's too much, it's overflowing.
And that's what you can get like all like antsy with
Right.
too. Like imagine you seriously, like you said, you can't put all the stuff back in a jar and you have to,
It
you start
just
getting
keeps overflowing.
antsy and start getting like, oh my god, start freaking out.
Everything
That's the
becomes a
feeling.
mess. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because it's kind of like you're. If this was a jar of life and filled with achievements or like filled with like my problems and stuff, it's overflowing.
Yeah.
My life became more than what I can handle. Is basically what he's saying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Sheesh. And after that he says, 적이 날아오르는 풍선을 애써 쥐고 따져 물어 대체 지금 넌 어디에? Where'd you go? Where's your soul? Where's your dream? Oh my god, that was my translation. I was like, that does not translate into that. But that
I
was
was
part
like,
of the
what's so
lyric.
hard for him to say?
Yeah, that was part of the lyric.
Yes.
That was part of the lyric. Okay, but what he's saying here is, trying hard to grab that balloon, flying up, I question it. Where are you? So imagine a balloon flying, and then it's going up, and you take in all your effort to grab it, you grabbed it, bring it down, and you're questioning, you're looking at it, questioning, where are you?
Yes.
Because what does a balloon, what does it represent? Your youth.
Right.
You know, when you're a kid, a balloon.
Yes, and that's why I thought, and you too, was when he said that part, I thought of their
Album.
their hot air balloon in the album, because that album, it's like, imagine that was a time where they wrote, you know, for Young Forever, you know, the most beautiful moment of my life.
Young
Like,
Forever.
Young Forever. Like, that title is perfect to this, and it's like, I feel like that's RM saying, like, where did that go?
Like, where did
You
my
know?
youth go? Like,
Yeah.
where did my
The most beautiful moment of my life, where did it go, type of thing.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't know. That's my interpretation, but that's how I got it, and I was like, wow. You know what I mean? You guys can, you know, tell me your guys' interpretation
Right.
of that, but that's how I felt.
The way
Yeah.
I look at it is like he grabs it and he's saying, where did my youth go?
Right.
Like that innocent, like part of my life in my youth when I had the most fun. Where did it go? He's questioning it because I feel like the balloon represents a kid, like someone young, like your youth. And after that is the chorus. 저 하늘에 흩어질래. I want to disperse in the sky. That's what she's saying. 하늘에 흩어질래. I want to disperse, just like fireworks. Light a flower, flower work. I like
Love
that.
that. Love that.
Flower work. 저 하늘에 눈부시게. So 저 하늘에 눈부시게 means like brightly into the sky. Light a flower, flower work. So he wants to be like a firework, and then he wants to be a flower. Like he wants it to be beautiful.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Numbusha too is also kind of like when you can't, you know, when the sun's too bright and you're like this.
Yeah, exactly. It means like bright, but 눈부시다 means like it's too. The literal translation is like, oh, your eyes are. It's blinding my eyes.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like so bright that it's like blinding my eyes.
Like I want to be blinding. That's like what he's saying. Like I want to be blindingly bright.
Yeah.
Like, sheesh.
And I just love that, the whole light a flower work. Because again, 불꽃 in Korean is, if you want to translate literally directly,
It's fire flower.
fire flower. Yeah, but it's fireworks obviously, but fire
Yeah.
flower. So it's like the fact that the title is Wildflower and all that, and he's basically saying like flower work instead of firework. It's like flower work.
Because it looks like a flower.
Yeah, and also
you know?
I think flowers are beautiful. You know, it's peaceful. It's, you know, it's all the good things.
It's innocent.
It's
like,
innocent.
come on.
Yeah, it's just, I love that.
Bruh. Next verse. This is really deep though.
Yeah.
This is really
It gets even
deep.
deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So verse 2 he says 그 어디까지가 내 마지막일까? 전부 진절이나 하나 열까지다. Wow. Like this is what I meant. Remember when I said he came in aggressively in that second verse and he's like pouring it out.
Yeah.
And what he's saying here is just where is the end for me? Where is the end? I'm fed up with everything from 하나부터 열까지 means like from 1 to 10. So if you translate that in America, we would say I hate everything from A to Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like from A to Z, from 1 to 10, like I'm just fed up with everything.
Yeah.
You know? Oh my god.
Oh, I love that. Again, I know it's like, it just, every time we talk about like a line that I can relate with, like it just like gets me.
Right.
Because I've had those moments too where it's like, I just hate everything. Like everything just isn't working out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just that frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so relatable.
And you hope that
And
there's an end to it. And we don't mean end as in like a bad end
Right.
or a good end. We just mean like an end.
Yeah.
Like where we can finally kind of take a breather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's when you realize, like, again, RM is just another human being just like the rest of us. He feels the same things that we all feel.
Right.
You know, he might be the celebrity that's always on TV, you know, like, you know, he's hot, whatever, like all of the good stuff and all of the above. But at the end of the day, again, he's just like me.
Yeah.
You know?
He's just like all of us.
All of us,
He
yeah.
breathes like us. He eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner like
has
us.
the same thoughts as us, the same worries.
Yeah, he has a heart just like us. He has livers. He has a brain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just like us. You know what I mean? Just a different career.
Right.
You know, where he's in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And after that, he says, 이 지긋지긋한 가면은 언제 벗겨질까? Yeah, me no hero, me no villain.
Yeah.
So this disgusting mask, when will it be taken off? Yeah, me no hero, me no villain. So it's a mask that he wears. I don't know exactly what sort of mask he's talking about, but I can maybe guess that he might be talking about like this mask where I'm always smiling or always
I was gonna say that.
being acting like everything is good.
Everything is okay.
Like he doesn't want to keep like having to go through him hiding his emotions and hiding things in order for him to keep it going, you know? So it's just kind of like, I want to take that mask off. Like, I just want to be me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And honestly, RM is one of the best leaders too, that in my personal opinion. And I think also not only is he having struggles too with, you know, the pressure of like the outside world, but it is a lot of pressure to be this leader. He is a great leader, you know what I mean? So it's like he needs to stay strong for his other members. Yeah, very responsible. And like
we saw like those videos where like, you know, he's kind of like making sure like the members aren't like messing around and stuff. Like he's really
he might
responsible.
be strict, but it's like it's good, you know? But at the end of the day, like he needs to be strong for them.
Right.
But it's kind of like, am I even being strong for me? Like, am I taking care of myself? But he doesn't even care about that, I feel like. You know what I mean? Because he's so, like, he knows his responsibility and he loves his members and all that, too. So it's like, it's like that dad figure. You know what I mean? It's like, I love my kids. So, like, you don't even think about yourself at that point. You think about your kids, you know? And I feel like RM, too, that's, like, the pressure, too. Like, you know? And he doesn't even realize it, probably. You know?
I don't know. Maybe not. But because being a leader of something means that you're representing this group and you're leading this group.
Right.
So it's kind of like, that's so much pressure.
So much pressure,
that's so much pressure. Even after that, that's why he says, remember, he says, yeah, me no hero, me no villain. And he says, 아무것도 아닌 나. 공회전은 반복될 기억들은 난폭해. He's basically saying, I'm no hero nor a villain. I'm nothing. Like, you know, maybe he could be maybe talking about like, look, like you say I'm this, you say I'm that, like I'm like this. Whether it be bad things or good things.
Haters could say villains and fans will say he's a hero. Right.
But he's saying, but I'm none of those. I'm nothing. I'm just me.
Right.
I'm just RM. I'm just a rat monster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just RM.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. And then after that, he says, 공회전은 반복돼, 기억들은 난폭해. As in, the idling is repeated and the memories are wild. So, idling is repeated. To be idle means like you're just in the same spot. Like you're not moving. It's just you're doing nothing, you know? And then that just keeps getting repeated for him. And the memories are wild. And I think what he means, I'm not really sure what he means there, but memories are wild could also mean like imagine how hectic it was for them back then when everything just popped off for them. So like, while
everything's just moving.
Everything is just moving. But then they're stuck. Like he's stuck.
Right.
Like right in the middle of it.
It's like that scene where it's like you're in slow-mo, but everyone's just moving next to you. Yeah. You know, that kind of vibe. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Like his status is going up, 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 up. Everybody around him is just but he's just in place, stuck. And it just keeps getting repeated like that.
Yeah.
Like he's saying he's not moving in ways for himself. Like I'm just here doing this, but like what about what I want?
Yeah.
What I want is not there. Like what I want is like being overlooked.
Yeah.
You know, so he's stuck.
Yeah, or maybe it's like too fast for him to keep up at the same time too.
Who knows?
Like, cause you know, as you guys know, BTS's career was just like boom, 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 boom. Literally. You know, so it's like for him, it's like whoa, whoa. Like it's hard to keep up sometimes, and you end up getting lost.
Like you know how far they came?
Right.
Like they came so far.
Exactly.
And after that, he says, 난 누워 들판 속에 시선을 던져 하늘 위에 뭘 원했었던 건지 이제 기억이 안 나. 얻었다 믿었던 모든 행복은 겨우 찰나. So I lay in the field, I throw my sights up to the sky. I'm pretty sure that's what he means because remember we said it sounds like he's saying inside of the field because he says 속에. 속에 means inside. Because if he was saying he's laying on top of a field, he would have said 위에. 위에 means like on top. So I think this goes to me thinking like he's buried.
Yeah. He's
buried and he's looking up at the sky, but then he's also saying he's buried as in like he wants to start over maybe.
Right. And I'm thinking like, you know, where do you start? You start from your roots. and then the roots are on the ground below,
true.
Below the grass and whatever.
true.
It's on the, so even though he might be talking about grave and being buried underneath or whatever it is, I don't think it could literally mean like, I just want to be in my grave type of thing. It's literally, I think, him saying, I want to start from the bottom up, which is the roots. That's where it starts.
It's metaphorical.
Yeah, metaphorical, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's comparing it to a flower. Where does a flower grow? From the ground. And then where does it grow? From the inside of the ground. So he's saying, I want to be planted again.
Yeah.
And I want to
planted.
Yeah, I want to be planted again, and I want to be reborn as a wildflower and be free. Like and do what I can do for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's saying. But then he's also saying, but I don't remember what I even wanted.
Yeah.
Because he came so far. Think about it. Someone who came that far without really resting. Like this is like the rest that they finally got.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're finally resting, and imagine like you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like even when you just run, imagine you run walking down a road.
Yeah.
And you walked for days and days. You look back and there's nothing but a road. You have no idea where you even came from. Like at that point, because you're like, wow, I walked really, really far. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, a perfect example I can think of is like when you, especially in his case, he's also in deep thoughts too. Throughout this, this song, there's some worries. There's a lot of thoughts in his minds and stuff like that. So it's like when you're driving, although it's dangerous, but there are times, especially for me, like I'm driving and I have a lot of things in my mind I'm thinking. And I get to my destination, but I don't remember driving there.
How you got there.
I'm like, oh shoot, but I'm like, thank God that like I was safe though, because I don't even remember driving. Like, like
you're locked in
did
your
I
mind.
even stop at the stop sign? Did I pass a red light? Like I don't even remember, so it can be like that. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you can lose sight of what you want because like I said, you came that far. Like you don't even know how you got here, where you came from, because you came that far. Like I said, imagine walking down a road or running down the road. You've been walking or running for days, right? And then like you look back, what once looked like your house, it's not there anymore. It's just a road.
Yeah.
And you're like, where did I come from? How did I get here? Wow, like I
Yes.
came a long way. And then you lose sight. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then after that he says, 얻었던 믿었던 모든 행복은 겨우 찰나. The happiness I gained and trusted was just for a moment. So as he's going on his journey, he achieved so much.
Right.
Him and BTS members, all of them, they achieved so much. But he's saying the happiness I gained and trusted was just for that moment though.
Yeah.
It was just for that moment. Of course, because he's being honest. He's saying, of
Yeah.
course I was happy about the fact that like we're the biggest. Of course, who wouldn't be happy?
No doubt he's appreciative.
Yeah.
There's no
Who wouldn't be happy? Like I achieved this, I achieved that. Like us as a group, we're here. Like we could do this, we did that. Like of course I'm happy, but it was just for that moment. That happiness I gained, and then I trusted so much. It was just for that moment.
Yeah.
Because
it's relatable.
Yeah, because now when you actually, right now, like when they have time for themselves, they could sit down and actually look back at it and think like, those were really good days, and that was really happy, but would I want it again?
Yeah.
Like, what do I really want for me?
You start thinking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would I want for me?
Like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what RM could also be saying in this is like, I want to be reborn to do the music that I love and put out messages that I love, and I want to be myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be like that.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like everything we had before was amazing, but for me, you know, he's just
bottom
being
line
very
for
honest.
me.
For me.
Yeah.
Like I want to do something for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to be truthful to myself from now on. Like I don't want to have to just look, like even my heart looked over me.
Yeah.
But I can't afford to do that anymore.
Which is why I think he's starting from the bottom up, which is the roots.
Yeah.
The ground.
Literally.
Not even the ground, it's
Starting
below
from
the
scratch.
ground. Below it.
Literally.
The freaking, like you gotta dig, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Yeah.
You're starting from scratch. Because think about like even when your own heart overlooks yourself, that means you're not living the life for you.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you even overlooked what you wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's sad.
Yeah.
You know? And then after that he says, yeah, I've been going no matter what's in front. 그게 뭐가 됐건. So he's saying, yeah, I've been going no matter what's in front, whatever that was. Like he's saying, yeah, whatever that was in front of me, whatever goal that needed to be reached, I went for it.
Yeah.
No matter what it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he says, 새벽에 옷자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 토해내던 기억, 목소리만 큰 자들의 사회, 난 여전히 침묵을 말해. So 새벽에 옷자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 토해내던 기억. He's saying, I hold on to the tip of my shirt during dawn, at dawn, and memories pop up. As in like, so he's holding on to the tip of his shirt. 옷자락 means like the tip of his shirt. So like, you know when you hold on to it means like you're kind of nervous or like you're just like holding.
A lot of thoughts in your mind.
Yeah, there's like a lot of thoughts. And he's saying all these memories are like, 토해내다 means to throw up, but like he's basically saying like.
Expressing it as like overflowing.
Like, it's like overflowing with these memories, like as I'm holding onto my shirt during dawn, you know? And he's saying 목소리만 큰 자들의 사회에 난 여전히 침묵을 말해. A society filled with ones with loud voices, but I speak in silence. Like all these people around me are so loud, you know? Like, you know, the fans cheering for me. And
maybe
then,
people
like,
telling him what to do.
Yeah,
you know?
like I don't know, like friends near him or like the people he works with are so loud to say whatever they want, but yet I still speak in silence. Because why? I'm limited.
Yeah, he can't.
He doesn't want to be limited anymore.
Yeah.
He's limited. Like we said, like the life that he lives, the bigger that you are, the more you have to be careful.
Right, and the more you can't speak your mind.
Yeah, you can't really speak your mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
that's and I think that's what we said in the beginning. Freedom. That's what he wants, you know? And it is the life he chose and he understands that. In my perspective, I think he understands it. It's not that he's complaining about any of the life that he's had, you know, his career. But at the end of the day, as a human being, you want to be able to speak for yourself and be able to like truly express how you feel, you know? But he can't.
Right.
Other people can do it for him. And I think that's what's irritating too. It's like other people, like especially like haters, can say whatever they want about this person, make assumptions, you know, and be like, yeah, that's what RM's probably saying or doing, whatever. Like this is, I mean, it's like he can't even say it for himself.
No, he can't.
You know, and even for people like in his company, probably like, hey, do it like this, do that, you know, and it's like you can't even say no. You know.
I remember me and you watched this one thing. I forgot what the subject was about, but remember they were like at there were reporters around them.
Right.
And they were throwing them like crazy, ridiculous questions.
Right.
And then Suga was trying to answer the question, I think.
Yeah.
And RM actually kind of came in and was like, "What was that?" And he actually answered it very like. Well. But the fact that he has to do that, that's him speaking in silence because he has to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Because why? They're in the spotlight.
Yeah. And I don't blame them for that at all. I do not blame them for that at all. Like,
no, not
at
all.
I see why they do that, you know? Because there's so much hate in the world. There's so many people, again, like I said, makes assumptions.
The cancel culture.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think that's the main thing. Don't assume. When you don't know somebody, don't assume.
Right.
You know?
Like,
it's hard.
Like what we say, there's two sides to a story all the time. And then we can't just assume on our part, like, oh, like, this person said this. Oh, I don't like that. But then you don't think
take it out of context.
Yeah, you take it out of context and you kind of like
making your narrative
what they say,
right?
And making your own narrative. But then it's just kind of like, but what we all should actually do is like, but I wonder why this person said this
exactly
like that, or I wonder why this person said this.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason. Like, people don't just speak just because they speak. Like, there's a reason behind everything that they do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But RM can't even do that.
Yeah.
Like, he's saying, yo, like, I'm still speaking in silence, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fans are cheering for me, and like, I'm so thankful. I'm being loved everywhere, but yet I still have to like speak in silence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And after that, he says, 이건 방백, 완숙한 돛담배, 모든 오해 편견들에 닿게 반갑지 않아 너의 행가를. So this is Psy, a fully bloomed sailboat, and they're saying a fully bloomed sailboat because you know the sail on the boat. When the wind blows it's like it bloats. You know what I mean? And then it moves the boat. And after that, that's why he says, so we can reach the misunderstood prejudice and bias. Because I feel, I'm not really that sure about what he's saying, but he could probably mean like something that maybe he's being misunderstood. Yeah. And you know,
kind of like what we just said.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just kind of like he's trying to do things so then like it can reach the people who are being misunderstood. Like, you know what I mean? Or like reach the people who are misunderstanding him or misunderstanding everything. You know what I mean? So, and after that he says, 반갑지 않아 너의 행가래. So I'm not happy about being tossed in the air. So 행가래 is when you celebrate and then people throw you up.
Hip hip hooray!
Yeah, hip hip hooray. They throw you up in the air, you know? And then it's to celebrate you. But he's saying, but you know what? Like, I'm not happy that you're doing that for me. Because I don't know what the reason might be.
Right.
But maybe it's because of the misunderstandings and all of that. But it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it though.
I think maybe it's kind of like, again, all the like good things that has happened to him in his career. It's not that he's not happy or thankful, but at the same time, when he thinks about like why he truly did this, and like him just trying to be himself, like when he thinks about those times, it's kind of like, I'm not done yet. Like I didn't fully accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. Like things like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like
for me, at least for me.
Yeah, so it's like I don't want to celebrate yet, you know? Like I don't know if that makes sense. Like I think maybe that's also what he means by that. Yeah.
I mean, there could be a lot of different meanings to this. I'm not really sure.
Or it makes you think.
But yeah, he does make you think. But he's saying like a fully bloomed sailboat, and then he's saying he's moving that sailboat so that it can reach the people who are misunderstanding things right now. And then that's why he's saying I'm not happy about being tossed in the air. So like basically saying like you're tossing me in the air for a different reason, kind of thing. That's what I'm kind of thinking. You're tossing me in the air and celebrating me for not the right reason right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he's saying like I want what I'm saying to reach the people who are misunderstanding everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's kind of, do you even know why you're tossing me in the air?
I think that's
Is it because I'm just BTS and it's because I'm just RM? Like, you know? Do you truly know me? Do you truly see me?
Do you truly see what I'm trying to do?
Right.
Like, what I'm about? Like, what the type of message that I'm trying to spread? You know what I'm saying? And then in the next part, he says, 내 두 발이 여기 땅 위에 이름도 없는 꽃들과 함께, as in both feet on top of the ground, together with these nameless flowers. Like, do you get that?
He wants to be with also, like, it's like they're nothing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these nameless flowers. Yeah, like these people might not have names anymore, but I want to be that too.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be that too.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to start over.
I want to start over.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, these flowers may not have names right now, but I promise you they will in the future, but that's where I want to start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, that's so deep.
I know.
God. And then after that, he says...
And seriously, like I said, art makes you think.
He makes you think.
Yeah.
Like, when you read it, you're like, And then after that, you go, oh.
Yeah.
Like, because it's kind of like, it's true. My feet are on top of these floors now. Remember, he was floating.
Right.
Why? Because he was in the sky.
Yeah.
They were at the pinnacle of their success. He's like, well, now I can finally come back to the ground.
Yeah.
And then he's saying, 이름도 없는 꽃들과 함께. I'm back on the ground with like these nameless flowers around me. But I want to be that. I want to start from there too. I want to be a nameless flower. I want to start from there. And then he says, 다신 별에 갈 수 없어. I can't. 발밑으로 I just go. I can't go back up to the stars. I can't. I just go back under my feet. As in like...
He doesn't want to.
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go back up to the stars because like what I said, like... Imagine like the whole art thing. Like you drew a picture, there's already a drawing on there. You're not going to continue that drawing. He wants to start over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Blank piece of paper.
Blank piece of paper again.
And you know, I also feel like, you know, he is at the stars right now. You know what I mean? But I feel like, again, this whole song's about him starting from the bottom. He wants to start over and things like that. So it's kind of like, it's like what you said. When you're on top of a high mountain, there's lack of oxygen. You can't breathe. And you kind of end up losing yourself because you can't focus. You know what I mean? So for him, it's like, I can't do that right now. You know what I mean? I need to be in the bottom for me to be able to breathe and be able to truly find myself, because I can't do that at the top right now. You know what I mean? It needs to be from the bottom.
Because I need to go back to my roots.
My roots.
You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Super beautiful.
Yeah.
And then after that, he says, I just go under my feet, as in what's under your feet? Like on the ground. That's the ground. And then what grows from the ground? Flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Flowers. Beautiful. It was beautiful.
Beautiful. And after that he says, 목적 없는 목적지로 슬픈 줄도 모르고 그림자마저도 마저 친구로 I be gone. Oh my God. Going to a destination with no purpose. So 목적지 means destination, and 목적 means like a goal or a purpose. And he's saying, I'm going to a destination with no purpose. Not even knowing that I'm sad. Even my shadow becomes a friend. I be gone. Like, because, like, I don't know. The only way I can really think of this is like, I heard that, you know, in idol groups and boy band groups and stuff, I heard that being a leader is a very lonely road.
Right.
Because you're the leader. It's your responsibility to lead the boys.
And lots of pressure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of pressure. But I think that's what he's talking about. Like, it's like this lonely road that he's been walking, and then like there's no purpose. Like I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't even know that while he's doing it, because he still has to do his job. And you know RM, whatever job he does, he takes it seriously. He'll go.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even know that while he's doing that, he's sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn. It's kind of like another saying is like a pain behind the smile.
Exactly.
I might be smiling, but you don't know. There's a lot of pain behind
Exactly.
it.
That's why he says, when can I take off this mask? And
yeah.
I think that's what he means. The pain behind this mask. Like, at least, I don't want to keep smiling. I want, you know how hard it is to smile when you're hurting?
Yeah.
Like.
But you gotta, in his case, he has to do it.
Goodness.
That's
gracious.
tough.
That's freaking
That's
tough.
freaking tough, you know? And it's like, you won't know what that person is going through unless you're in their shoes. At the end of the day, you know, like I think again that's what I mean about assumptions, like making assumptions about people and then whatnot. Right. It's like you really don't know what they're going through unless you're in their shoes. You can maybe picture it a little bit because you can relate with them in certain ways, but you won't know the full unless you're them. You won't know the full. Yeah.
Unless you're literally living in their shoes as them,
right?
You won't ever know it.
Know.
So I think it's like it's always, and like we've all done that before. You know, we assume. But like it's always like we always have to think though, like there are reasons behind these pain, and there are reasons behind why people
do what they do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why he says 그림자마저 친구로. So he's like, 그림자 means a shadow.
Yeah.
Right? So he's saying, I'm walking this road all lonely, not even knowing that I'm sad. It's lonely. Remember, he compared himself to that crescent moon in the sky out of his window. He's lonely, and he's saying like, look, like even my shadow now has to become my friend, because the shadow's the only thing that I see.
Yeah.
So my shadow becomes my friend.
And the only thing you could
somewhat
trust.
Yeah,
you can't trust other people as well, especially in the industry. You know what I mean? So I feel like you can only talk to yourself or your shadow. That's your friend.
Someone that you could really open up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on. And after that is the chorus, and then it's the bridge. And in the bridge he says, 문득 멈춰보니 찬란한 맨발. 원래 내 것은 아무것도 없었지. So I suddenly stopped, and I'm radiantly barefooted. There was nothing that was really mine. So he's been walking. Remember, like he said, he's been walking this road, and then he suddenly stopped, and he looks down, and he sees his feet, and it's radiantly barefooted because all of a sudden his shoes are gone. That's how long he's been walking.
Right. It got destroyed. His shoes got destroyed. You guys know, like when you guys wear shoes for a long time, and like whether you like run in them, skateboard, whatever, and it starts ripping. At this point for him, it's just gone.
It's just gone.
Like there's no shoelace, there's nothing. Yeah.
And he says, 원래 내 것은 아무것도 없었지. So since the beginning, there was nothing that was really mine, because he didn't do it for himself. He did it for everybody else. You know what I mean? And not just that, but like, I kind of compare it to like, imagine you leaving your home and you just set on a journey. It's kind of like Forrest Gump. You know, he just went on a run.
Right.
And before he knew it, he doesn't see he even says it as a narration in the movie. He says, I ran from my house. I couldn't see my house anymore.
Yeah.
I ran to the barbershop. The barbershop was gone.
Yeah.
Like you keep going and going and going, and all of a sudden he's in a different state.
Yeah.
Like, and he has no idea. Because remember, at the end of the run, he was just like, he just suddenly stops.
And he goes, I'm gonna go home.
He's like, you know, I think I'll go home now.
Yeah.
Think I'll go home now.
Like, you know, because like he doesn't have a purpose anymore.
Right. And I think for me,
that was good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And for me, in a personal experience, I think of it as like, I don't know if this has happened to you. It's obviously dangerous, but you know, when you're deep in thoughts, in his song too, he talks about that, how he's, you know, there's a lot of thoughts in his mind and things like that. But when you're driving and you have a lot of thoughts, you don't really pay attention to you driving. And I finally get to my destination, and I'm like, wait, how did I get here? Like, did I even like stop at the stop sign? Did I even?
I know
what
you mean.
It's so dangerous, but at the same time, it just happens because you're in your thoughts so much and you're thinking. You're like, how did I even get here?
But you did it because you did what you have to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's more like you're doing your job.
You had to go. Yeah.
But then the thing is, at one point, was when did this job? Like, when did I have to forget about myself though? Like, you know what I mean?
Did I even think about myself?
Did I even think about myself? You know, because he's so busy.
Right.
He's busy trying to lead. He's busy trying to do the best that he can.
Be
to show,
RM of BTS.
Yeah, and then try to show the best part of himself. But it's kind of like, but what about him though?
Yeah.
You know?
Because he matters too.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
And then after that, he says, and don't tell me like you gotta be someone. 난 절대로 그들처럼 될 수 없으니. I like that line. Don't tell me like you gotta try to be like someone.
Right.
난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없어.
Yeah.
Like as in like I can't be like them.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm RM.
Right. Like I respect them. They're great. But I don't want to be like everybody else.
Right.
I want to be me.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
let's say I was trying to be a rap artist. Like I'm an aspiring rap artist. Someone comes to me and goes, why don't you try to be like RM?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, I would love to,
Yeah.
but I can't because RM is RM.
Yeah.
Like I want to be Andy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they're like, no, you should be like RM. I'm like, but I can't.
Yeah.
Like I can't be like somebody else.
Exactly, and I think he also means that in ways of like not only people in the industry that tell him like, oh, maybe you should do it like this, do it like that, but
Yeah.
maybe even like fans or like more like haters, I guess you could say, saying things like, oh, RM's like he should be more like this person. Oh, like it's like, dude, just stop. Just stop. Let me just be me.
That's the worst
Yeah.
thing you can actually say to a person.
Mhm.
It's like telling them to be
Be
like
someone
another
else.
person.
Right.
It's like, so you're saying the person that I am right now is not enough?
It's suckish.
Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Like, right. It's like, am I not enough?
That's pretty hurtful.
It's very hurtful.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after that he says, 그래 내 시작은 she, 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 dream. So 그래 내 시작은 she. So this might be a bar. I'm not sure, I might be reaching. But what I think is 그래 내 시작은 she. She could mean like poetry, right? So he could be saying, okay, my start is a poetry. But 시작 also starts with the she. And a she in itself in Chinese characters means the time of birth. Which is where everything starts, right? So he could be saying like 그래 내 시작은 she. My start was when I was born. That's where it
Wow.
started for me. That's why he says 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 dream. So the only thing that protected me was my strength and my dreams since the day I was born, which is when it started,
Wow.
you know?
Love that.
I love
And
that.
also which is his writing too, poetry.
Right.
Which is his lyricism, his producing, all of that. His dreams started from when he was born. It's like, damn.
That's freaking
Yeah.
amazing.
RM needs to be raw man. Like
Raw
he's
man.
raw. Like
he's raw,
yeah,
with his emotions,
yeah.
with his lyrics.
His new name.
It's okay, change
It's
it. At least
raw
you're still
man.
RM. You're
Yeah.
still RM.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
raw
are a
man.
rap monster.
Yeah.
But dude,
Yeah.
you're a raw you're
Raw
man.
monster.
Raw monster. You're
Yeah.
come on, bro. Because you're
Oh my
RM
god.
is so raw with
Yeah.
his emotions, and this is like I said, this is one of the most honest songs
Very
that
honest.
I've ever heard. Like I love it. It's
Yeah.
so deep.
Me too.
And after that, he says, 타는 불꽃에서 들꽃으로, 소년에서 영원으로. I love that. Two very simple lines, but deep meaning. A burning firework to a wildflower. A burning, so remember, a burning firework means 불꽃, which is also means a flower. Like 꽃 is flower, so 불꽃. I used to be a firework because I was burning with all this stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then now, from that, now I'm going to a wildflower. And then a boy. 소년 means a boy to eternity. That is beautiful.
It is.
That's
Like
freaking
he has to
beautiful.
continue his dreams.
He's
The dreams that he had as a boy.
yeah.
You know?
He's evolving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's rediscovering himself and evolving. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Which is what humans do. We evolve. At
Maybe
times.
it's like 불타오르는
불타오르는
fire,
fire.
you know, and then yeah.
Come on.
And then now
bruh.
to this wildflower, this song.
To this wild, yeah,
You
free
know?
spirit. And after that, he says, 나의 황량한 들에 나무리 언젠가 나 되돌아가리. I love that
Yeah.
too.
Again, that's like another like olden day dialect, I guess.
Yeah,
you could
like
say. He's
it's a
saying it
different
very like
speaking
olden day.
way, like a different way to speak.
Right.
But he's saying, let me stay in this deserted field. Someday I will return. And then after that is the chorus. We've explained it, and it's the outro, which is the same as the intro.
Yeah.
But even that lyric, he says, notice he says field a lot.
Yeah.
들판 and 들. It's like a plain or a field. He keeps saying that because he's saying in a deserted field, what is there? There's nothing. And then he's saying, nothing
start
as
from
in like, I'm gonna
scratch.
start from scratch.
Yeah.
And then whatever that was, I will come back to it. Like,
And the
you know,
flowers will be bloomed.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's
Remember,
the music video.
remember that's how it ended. The
Yeah.
flowers bloomed on that field.
Right.
Which, and then like he's laying on there,
Yeah.
meaning like, yo, like that's where I want to start. I want to start over again.
Right.
One day I'll come back, but you know, this is where I want to start though. You know. Oh.
And maybe for me, it's kind of like, I feel like he's also saying like whatever he does from here on out, I hope that my fans will continue to support me.
Right.
You know, like he appreciates and is thankful for everything that has happened. Like I don't think this song has even an ounce of him not being thankful. It can somewhat sound like that depending on how you interpret it, but I think that's the wrong way of thinking. I don't think he's ever even saying like, oh, like, oh, I didn't care about that. I don't have no memories, nothing. It's not like that. He's very thankful, but it's just at the same time, I think he wants to truly find his true self and start new, and he hopes that his fans, whatever it is that he does in the future, he hopes that like they can, you know, we can all support him too.
Exactly.
You know,
because
like I think that's what he's also trying to say.
Yeah, like this is apart from his success and all of that. This is RM speaking of like as a human,
right?
Not as RM, not as BTS,
uh-huh.
not as a rapper or anything.
Celebrity, whatever.
It's just as a normal human being who happens to write music and is an artist.
Is rich and famous.
Yeah,
you know.
But then like he's just speaking as a human,
yeah.
like saying like, look, like I had this, I had that. I remember those days. Those were very happy days. But then like those were all for that moment though. But right now, like. Back then I was on a balloon. Like I couldn't reach the floor. I couldn't look at the floor because I was so high up. But then now like I've reached the ground. My feet is touching the ground. But this is where I want to be right now. I want to be starting over. I want to start from scratch. I want to be with these nameless flowers and be a nameless flower myself.
Yes.
And start from scratch again. You know, and then try to rediscover myself and be reborn.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're taking away from this, and it's so honest about the way he felt about it because of the turmoil. Remember, even in the video, he was in that like that tornado.
Yeah.
And it's just like he was.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
And we respect that. Like
I respect it a lot.
Wow.
I love songs, as you guys know. I love songs that are open, honest, raw, like showing your true feelings. It's like you can relate with this person more so. You don't see RMS like just celebrity
like
RM,
you know?
It's
BTS. Like
more
no,
like,
it's a human being.
Yeah, human being, and
He's
you're
a human
like,
being.
wow, like you feel what I feel. We might not be on the same page. Your caliber, my caliber, whatever, is so different.
Status might be different.
Yeah, but I can relate with you, and it's like, wow, like thank you. This is what I wanted to say, but you said it for me, or like this is how I'm feeling, and I'm glad you feel the same way because I don't feel alone. You know, things like that, and it's beautiful, you guys.
It's like when you used to have something, and then like you don't have that anymore. You know what I mean? Because why? Us as humans evolve. We mature. We go through this maturation process, and then we kind of move on from that, and then we start over again. Do you know what I'm saying? Always. You know, like even right now, like at my age right now, I can't do what I did when I was 18. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's all maturation process. You go through it, you rediscover yourself again, and you keep going again. You find new goals, you know, new purpose. Like I think that's what he's trying to get at.
Really respect RM, you guys, and we would love to hear your guys' interpretation of the song as well. Love to know. Please let us know. And if you guys enjoyed this reaction, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
And we'll see you in our next video, guys. Bye!
Thank you guys again for watching. If you guys want similar videos, you can click on the link right over here.
And if you guys want to follow us on our social media, our links will be right below. And also our Often Alone merch link will be right below.
So go check that out, guys.
Yes,
Bye!
sir.